Training on a wall can be one of the most beneficial things if you know how to do it the right way. Because if you don't have a partner to come out with, the wall is the next best thing. But one of the biggest mistakes I see so many players making is that they're training the wrong way and they're probably training the wrong thing. Not only that, it's super frustrating to get on a wall and constantly, especially like a ball like this, see that you're hitting the ball over the wall. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly 2 concepts and 4 drills that will really help you take your game to the next level and train using the wall the right way. So let's get started. So concept number 1, whenever you work with the wall or you want to really train and get better using wall, you want to start thinking about your racket face. Most important thing, because the racket face dictates where the ball is going to go. So if you're having trouble hitting balls everywhere, it's because you don't know how to control your racket face. And so what this means is at contact, if your racket face is facing too high, that's where the ball's going to go. If it's facing too low, that's where the ball's going to go. So a great way of using the wall is coming out and making sure that you train the right racket face. And what I mean by racket face also is that I'm not changing my grip. I have my normal grip, and what I'm doing is slightly adjusting my wrist angle, which adjusts the racket face angle. When I do this, you're going to notice that you can be way more consistent using wall and way more consistent when you're in your matches. And so that's the number 1 concept I want you to keep in mind when you're on a wall, that you want to be able to control the racket face so you can control where the ball's going. The number 2 concept is timing. Timing is crucial in tennis because if you time it a little bit too early, it can really make a huge difference in where the ball is going to go. Equally, if you time it too late, the exact same thing. But we want to be very conscious of the exact timing we want to get the exact ball we want. And let me explain. If I'm hitting the ball and I have my racket and time it where I swing and my racket face is looking like this, the ball's going to go directly in front of me. Now, if I start my swing earlier, having a little bit faster timing, and not swinging faster, but just starting earlier, guess what? My racket's going to arrive to the contact point sooner, making the ball go cross court. Okay? Now, if I wait a little bit longer, it's going to arrive to the contact point a tiny bit later. Not late behind me, but just later. So you can see these 3 different things. If I'm later, it's going to go inside out. And so if you're on time, what I think of, it's going to go straight. If you're early, it's going to go cross court. And if you're a little bit later, it's going to go inside out. And these are really important things to understand. Now you understand how to make the ball go up and down and left and right. And now let's get into the drills that you can use when training and using a wall. First drill is really simple. Grab a ball, and all I want you to do is start training the racket face. So I'm going to just drop a ball, hit it, and see what happens and adjust. So I've set up 3 locations on this board. We're going to focus on the center location and the center height. I want the ball to at least be at the middle tape line or a little bit higher, not below. So let's go out and try it. So I'm going to drop feed the first ball, and you can see how that might be a tiny bit lower. It's not too bad, but if I close the racket face, you can see how it goes even lower. So what I want to do is drop and see if I can consistently hit that tape line. And then you can really see how I'm not really focusing on my entire technique. I'm really just focusing on the racket face. And you can see I'm getting pretty consistent at doing this. And what this means is I'm controlling my racket face. I'm not getting balls where one ball's here too low, maybe one ball here is too high, and that's what makes using a wall like this frustrating, is because you can't control your racket face. That's the very first drill I want you to go through. Make sure you can drop feed, hit one ball, and control the racket face. So many times I see players going out and they use the ball and they're like rifling balls at the wall and they're going everywhere, and that's what they're training. They're training inconsistent habits. And if you don't know what to look for and what to do, that's what you're doing. You're making your game actually worse. The second drill, we're going to focus on consistency, which is the exact same thing. We're going to focus on the consistency of the racket face. So all I want to do is see if I can hit 6 balls right around the tape. Okay, so I'm going to drop it and focus on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so even in that set, I made all the balls, but you saw how I had that one ball that was a little too low. So I want to go and see if I can make it really consistent, that when I'm doing this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's much better. All the balls are right around the same area. I don't have this one ball that's super low and super high, and that's what you want. If you have balls that are right around the tape, that's great. But if you have them really erratic, you don't want that. And these are the two drills that can really dramatically increase your consistency and your level of confidence when you're on the court. Because when you're playing against your opponent, it really comes down to the racket face. Yes, there's a lot of other things you can do with your body, but if you just get the racket face right at contact, you have the opportunity to make sure the ball goes in. Now, the second thing is going to be timing. And with timing, we want to think about early and later. So the drill I want you to do with timing is we're going to do a 2-to-1. It means I'm going to hit 2 balls in the center, and then I'm going to swing early and hit this tape on the left side. And so it's a great drill to start working on your placement even when you're using a wall. So it'll look like this. I'll go 1, 2, and then early. And then not only this, I'm trying to make sure when I do 1, 2 early, I'm trying to also hit the tape. So I don't want 1, 2 early and the next one below the line here. I want to make sure 1, 2 early, and I'm consistently hitting that same height that I've been working on. So I recommend you do this drill at least 8 to 10 times. Here, the final drill is to do the exact same thing, but we're going to wait longer. So you're going to hit 2 balls in the center and go to the inside out target with your backhand. So we're going to go 1, 2, wait. And that's the drill where you can really hone in on your timing. And this is so crucial. You have consistency of controlling your racket face. You have timing of being able to hit the ball cross court or down the line or inside out. If you practice this way on a wall, you're going to dramatically increase your consistency and placement. Not only that, you can really hone in on what's the right racket face, which is one of the most important things you can focus on for any stroke. Now, one more thing. Don't forget, you can also do this on your backhand. Don't feel like this is just a forehand drill. So you can make sure that on your backhand, you can do the exact same thing, making sure you can hit down the middle, you can adjust your racket face, and you have the right timing. If you want to learn more about how to increase the amount of power you get on your forehand, make sure you check out this video because it goes into greater depth about how you can use your body and the racket face to get more power and consistency on your forehand.